Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Illusion of Gaia Part 4. We're here at the Larai Cliff.
So, is this the next dungeon?
Yes, and this is a much larger dungeon than we faced back in the prison. It's a little less linear and a little less straightforward. There's a little bit of puzzle stuff involved.
Oh, so we're finally getting into the Zelda portion of things.
In a way, yeah. Going to be going through here, and I've actually got a little guide up now, so I actually can tell you some of the names of the enemies. Like right now, you got the mud pit guys who you can tell are walking mud waterfalls or whatever you want to call it, and then you got the four ways, which are obviously the spinning heads.
I was going to call them Yetays.
or walking Chewbacca's.
Yeah, you can see I experimented, after our last video, I experimented with the idea of doing the charge attack to do some extra damage, and it does help a little bit. I wouldn't rely on it too much, though, because, again, the charge up time is good. Now, you notice that block that little slot right there? Yeah. There's our first puzzle.
The category is...
Pretty straightforward idea. It's basically find the key.
Wait, if this is the puzzle, where's Vanna White?
Not that kind of puzzle.
Damn it.
Not every puzzle's a game show.
Don't blame me. I've been watching nothing but Let's Make a Deal and Wheel of Fortune.
I'm more accustomed to Nick Arcade.
Good old days. Take that, and he go down with the stab, flute.
And the Golgothan dies.
And no need for fragrance sprays.
Nope.
How bad must you feel as an enemy when you get taken down by a schmuck with a flute?
Kind of embarrassing when you really think about it.
No, it's the magic flute though, so things.
It's a musical instrument. Think about that.
Well, it's basically the equivalent of Link bashing enemies with the Ocarina of Time.
To be fair, if you can use a guitar as a deadly weapon of mass destruction, why not a flute?
Well, okay, the guitar you can understand, because you can with a strong enough guitar, you can make it a good melee weapon. Anyway, there is our diamond-shaped block, which was the key to that other puzzle we saw earlier.
As long as it doesn't get by a diamond cutter, we're fine.
Yeah, I don't think it DDP's anywhere around here, so I think we'll be all right.
Nice, too busy.
By the way, yeah, guitar is a little more blunt, and even then, if you get knocked out by a guitar, you get a guy calling you slapnuts. It's more dignified.
Yeah. So guitar, that's a different story, but we're talking a flute, a tiny little stick.
You know how deadly I can make a stick.
Good boy.
It's still not
stabby.
So yeah. I make sure I cover every inch of this dungeon, because there is at least one red jewel that you'll be coming across around here.
Die, Golgothans, die!
And of course, as you get further in the dungeon, thankfully they were smart enough to include any, ways to open pathways to earlier parts of the dungeon in case you get yourself lost.
So many other games could learn from this.
Yes. Good level design, people.
Indeed. Good level design can go a long way.
It can keep you from ending up like that skeleton over there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, these are guys who were explorers who were looking for the Incan gold ship, which we heard about last video.
Hey, look. Dora the Explorer after 20 years. Hey, it's a child star, folks. She's going... Let's be thankful she'll never turn out to be Miley Cyrus. Knock on wood.
Rule
here.
34, Matty.
What?
Rule 34.
No, that's not that. No, we're talking legitimately going Miley Cyrus. That's fan stuff. You can't get away from that. Anyway, quick note: these statues here, you can only destroy them with a charge attack, but you need to do that. So, and of course, we have another herb.
Yeah, as long as Dora the Explorer doesn't come in like a wrecking ball, I think we'll be fine.
Jesus.
If Nickelodeon was that stupid, I think I'd have... Oh, wait a minute. We're talking about Nickelodeon, the same company that's been screwing up Power Rangers.
Yo.
I thought that was Saban that was screwing that up.
Both. Keep in mind, they're airing on Nickelodeon. Whoop! Drop down.
Hooray for no fall damage.
No, this game. If this game had fall damage, you'd be screwed because there's a couple of like massive jumps later on in the game. It's like, oh god.
Because it doesn't take
fall damage. Fall damage. He'd have he'd be wearing his tibia on his arm, or he'd stab himself to death through with bone.
Yeah, because there's a couple of guaranteed. If there was fall damage, there'd be a couple of guaranteed one jump kills later on.
Because it doesn't take fall damage, I'm going to assume he's Batman.
Well, he does turn into a Dark Knight.
Even you knew that was weak.
Yeah, they're not all winners.
And we are now stronger. Hooray! We can now kill things faster, which is always good.
Yes.
Always fun. And now we're fighting Chew Jellies.
That was Flubber, wasn't it?
Actually, the funny thing is they're called. The names of these things are called Splops.
I'm going to call them Chew Jellies.
I'm going to keep calling him Flubber till Robin Williams decides to have a career again.
Technically, he has his own show now.
This is true. He does kind of have a career again, Matty.
Damn it! Damn you, Sarah Michelle Gellar! Damn you!
By the way, yeah, don't bother trying to attack that with that one whirly gig there with Will. You ain't gonna get it.
Yeah, we're going to need to transform to do that, I'll assume.
You assume correct, sir.
Hooray, for once when I assume I don't make an ass out of you and me. Dreams do come true, ladies and gentlemen.
And then, of course, here we've got some scuttle bugs.
So, who do we call this guy?
That's Bob.
Hi, Bob.
I knew a guy named Bob once. He loved drinking lots of alcohol. He liked to call himself the president.
Okay, now for this puzzle, this is actually a little clever. You have to put the statues on the gold tiles, but here's the trick: you can't touch the statues. If you touch them, they come alive and try to kill you. And if you activate more than 2, you basically have to exit the room and try again.
Let's see how this puzzle's going. Use telekinesis. Seems easy enough.
It is pretty easy, really, but again, there's a good chance you could screw yourself and have to start over if you accidentally run into the things. And you only need 3 because if Will stands in the 4th one, it counts. And you don't need to hold them there. As long as you have 4 on it, it'll automatically activate. Doors open. There you go.
Wow.
And you don't have to go back and kill the guys. They do not drop the power up.
And you don't have to. And the bonus here, you don't have to. You won't have to. Oh, nasty.
Yeah.
Squish.
Even though it's a really easy to miss trap, it gives you an idea that not everything is safe for you to hit. Like, you have to be careful about what buttons you press. Though it doesn't really make much difference because these ones you have to press in order to get across the spike pits.
It's a trap.
Basically.
It's a tarp. Oh, dark space.
It's a TARDIS.
It's dark space. You know what that means?
We need some henshin music or something for this.
Henshin.
Fine. Our Toku faithful would be proud. So once again, we are back in control of Freed in the Dark Knight. Insert Batman music here.
Wait, wrong Batman theme.
Yeah, I was gonna go with the Hans Zimmer, but whatever.
Hasn't Christopher Nolan had his what sucked enough?
Oh, by the way, little tip for you: make sure you go out here and listen to this. There's actually a song that you hear the song that plays. You actually have to learn this melody in order to progress later on in the dungeon.
Ah, that's a bit cheap.
It's not so much cheap; it's just very easy to miss. If you're doing the right thing and going through the dungeon and exploring it thoroughly, you won't miss this melody.
I would assume that there would be a number of players that would.
Oh yeah, first time through, you might accidentally miss that. But if you're going through the dungeon correctly, you'll see that door. You're going to want to check it out, and you should not miss it. But that is one minor little nitpick on the level design, and not everything's perfect. But again, when you're doing a massive game like this and you've got as much detail as you have, you're gonna miss a thing or two.
By the way, that skeleton, that squish skeleton, Sin Cara. I know. Yeah, by when we're recording this video, for those who don't know, Mystico, the guy that actually did Sin Cara, actually might be on his way out. T-Dub's not, the TWK is not pleased. Die, Flubber, die!
Yeah, let's not get drawn on that too much. Let's get back to the game.
Yes. The man with the long flowing hair.
Yeah. One thing I will say about this game is if you're going through and killing all the enemies, this game does not get too difficult. I mean, there are challenging spots where you'll have to use a little strategy from time to time, but you'll never have to worry too much about getting your ass kicked a lot if you're going through and killing everything. Your strength will be pretty high and everything like that. So that's it for now, I think. Wait, are we? No.
That's it for part 4.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys for part 5 and our first boss fight.
Woo!